We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 191. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty.
And I'm Alina, also known as Starnit. This is our weekly podcast. If you are a first-time watcher, welcome. If you are a returning watcher/listener, thank you for coming back. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, the holidays and all that jazz. So grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us. Got any mojo?
I do.
You can go.
Well, we just had the end of our
term,
and I made these fingerless mitts.
Super cute.
Remember, I started them, they were supposed to be a hat, and then I didn't like them.
Mm-hmm.
So I ripped them out and recast on these mitts.
I like that pattern.
So the pattern calls for you to cast on start the thumb right up under the garter stitch part, but I knit like half an inch more and then did it for myself just because I know that I like these longer.
Cool.
So yeah, that's what I finished.
Now, have you worn them?
No, I just put them on right now.
Okay.
I turned them in for potions, and because of the 2 parts. So that's what I did.
Sweet.
And yeah, that's it.
Cool. I don't have them here. I made 2 hats out of skein of handspun. It felt good to use some handspun. Let me find the pictures. I made one for Gabe.
Ooh. I know, I was there. But anyways. Ooh.
Well, you didn't see that one for Gabe, did you? I think I did that one.
You were like halfway done with it.
Anyways. It's a little big on him. I used, I believe, size 8s. And I cast on 80 stitches. And I just did whatever. I didn't follow a pattern or anything. But he likes it. He's been wearing it every day. But first I made one for I was going to say Joshua. Lucas, the little baby of the family. It won't slip. Whatever. Oh, there it goes. I put a little knot on top because I think that's cute for babies. And then I didn't get a picture of him on it because they left like super early, and
I did.
I would say Dawn sent me one. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I don't know. Oh, here it is. He's so darn cute. Look at those blue eyes.
Yeah.
I
got him too, so like, here's one.
Oh, there you go. She said it's a little big on him, but whatever. He grows. He grows.
Like I'm holding it, trying not to get in the picture.
He's so cute.
And then this one, he's like angry elf.
So I made those. I forget what subject I turned those in for. I did everything like the last hour or two, like. Or maybe not hour or two. It was like 10 o'clock at night that I started turning things in because I was like, oops, it's the last day. And then, so Ravelry was being stupid and wouldn't, like if you post your pictures to Instagram, you can put them up in your stat, or not your stats page, but your project pages, right?
If you tag Ravelry, yeah.
No, they just pull them up whenever.
But if you tag Ravelry, they ask you, do you want to use this picture?
Oh, well, maybe I'll do that. Anyways, but Ravelry was having issues. I saw on Facebook that other people were like, is Ravelry not letting my pictures go on? Anyways, so like I spent like an hour trying to do that. It was a pain in the butt, and it wouldn't like upload to my pages, which is how I get them from my phone to a post when you're turning them in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I, like, had to copy them from, like, Facebook, which is such a pain, and then they're huge and whatever. But I was like, I don't care. And then I think halfway through they finally like uploaded to their like pages on. It was a pain. Anyways, I also turned in my sweater, my post-grad sweater, which I finished. Oh, I froze. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you.
I finished knitting a day before you guys came for Thanksgiving. Oh crap. I wish I would unfreeze. Anyways, I finished it, blocked it. Then I tried it on, and the sleeves were a little too tight for my liking. So I ripped the sleeves out because I figured if I don't do it now,
You're never gonna do it.
And then I'll hate it and I'll not wear it, which is actually, I knit that Hermione sweater and the sleeves pissed me off and I think I wore it twice. Like, I need to rip it out and redo those. But I was like, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. And that would make me sad because this is a cool hand-spun sweater. And
that is why my Hermione sweater is not finished because of the sleeves.
Right.
So I have to rip it out and fix it.
So I think it was, for that one, I think it was halfway pattern. But me, I've noticed this sweater was knit flat. Hold on. Knit flat. But the arms are in the round. And my gauge always gets a little tighter when I knit in the round. So I ripped it out and I redid the arms and I went up a size. Instead of 7s, I used 8s. And I didn't decrease as fast. I like added, I think I was supposed to do every 7 rows, so I did it every 10 rows. And I'm actually currently doing a sewn bind off for the sleeves. I turned it in because I finished the darn thing. I had it blocked and everything, and I had pictures.
So you're just redoing the sleeve part now, the end of the sleeves now.
Yeah. Because it was...
That works because you finished it, turned it in, and then you picked it out and restarted it. So you're good.
It was completely finished, and I turned it in. Anyway, so that's why I'm redoing it now. But yeah, so I'm like just starting to do... I'm doing a sewn bind off, which I did for the bottom as well. I think I found I like that on ribbing.
Yeah.
Instead of just casting off, like, it has more give to it. And I think it just looks a little nicer than just a regular old bind off. Which, I don't know if you've done it, but you go through 2 stitches with a needle as if to purl, and then you knit one off. And then you just keep doing that. And it's
yeah, I've used that. I also do, like, when I did these, though I think I need to add a purl row in a pat when I do these mitts again, because it's rolling. But when I did these, what I do is you yarn over, knit it, take the yarn over top, then you yarn over, knit one, and do it like that way.
Some Elizabeth
Super
stretchy bind off or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Elizabeth Zimmerman's.
I've done that too, but I found...
Or the sewn one is Elizabeth Zimmerman's. There's one of them are.
Either way, that's what I did for the bottom, so I'm doing it for the sleeves. Anyways, so yeah, so then I turned that. I think I turned my sweater in for potions. Excuse me, because I used the 2 different yarns. Let me show you again, since it froze the last time I showed it. So for the main one was, the darker color of my handspun mashup. And then around the edging, you can see it's actually every other row. The lighter thing. And for the pockets, it has the lighter color in there. I can show you on the back. Or I said stockinette stitch and ribbing are the 2 stitches I used. And I think I talked about everything else I turned in last week, which was just handspun and stuff.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah,
these make my ears itch.
No fun.
It's probably just my hair and pushed some ear. So, works in progress. I didn't turn this in. I only turned in those fingerless mitts because I got to the point where I was like, we got home, I was tired, and I just wanted to sleep. So that's what I did. But I had been working on this. Bella wanted a Weasley sweater, and I was like, well, I can crochet pretty good. Do you see the problem here?
It's quite long.
Yes. And I got gauge, and I still have 8 inches to go for the sleeve.
It's gonna be like a tunic on her.
Right. So I stopped and I'm gonna frog it.
That sucks.
And I started the real Weasley sweater pattern. I should have just knitted it from the get-go.
That sucks.
So I took my gauge, and I didn't want to knit with 10s, because this is like an Aran weight yarn that she picked. Worsted Aran. It's a thicker worsted. So I used 10.5s, and I got gauge. I didn't get gauge. I took my gauge, and it basically was a little bit smaller than the gauge they called for, if that makes sense. So, or bigger. I got 4.5 to an inch, and they wanted 5 to an inch, so smaller. Bigger? I don't know. Anyways, so you do the multiplier thing where you divide their gauge by your gauge, and I got 0.87 something. And then you just multiply all the numbers in the pattern by your gauge. So I looked at it for the cast on, and this is the one in the Charmed Knits book, and they knit it flat.
Yeah.
I'm not all for flat. So I did my multiplier, and so instead of doing the adult small / child large, which was like a 12, 14, I did the gauge. When I did the multiplier, it came up with the same number as the child medium. So I'm going to just knit that, except for the length part. Yeah, I'm going to go for the other one, the medium small. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of knitting it, and it's a Christmas present because I'm that stupid. I waited until December to start the Christmas present. It's for Bella. So anyways, yes, so I'm knitting on that. And then I posted a picture of my fingerless mitts on Instagram, because that's what you do. Mm-hmm. And some people and I shared it to Facebook because that's what you do. And a friend of mine was like, "Do you sell these?" And I'm like, "I can, because it's an easy pattern and I like it, and making extra money at Christmas is a good thing." So she wanted a pair of fingerless mitts in a red, which I do have over here. So I had this yarn in my D-stash thing, so I took it out of my D-stash. It's Knit Picks Andean Treasure. Andean? Oh, Andean Treasure.
Oh, yeah.
And it's red, and it's baby alpaca.
Ooh.
So anyways, so she picked that color. And then she was like, "Well, do you have any other colors? Because I want to get a pair for my sister." And I quoted her a price, a pretty reasonable-ish price, but still hand knit item price. Mm-hmm. And so she picked this yarn also from my D-stash.
That's
because cool. It never went, but
hey, you're using it up though. That's cool.
Right. So I started these just the other day. So as you can see, they are going pretty fast. So I am knitting. I'm going to be knitting 2 pairs of those. This one she wanted before the 14th because that's her sister's birthday, and these are for her sister's birthday. So I'm like, okay. And so I'm doing that. But then did I tell you that I signed up for, not signed up for, but decided to join on Instagram the Advent Blanket Madness, which is the same. Wool Diaries on Instagram does Sock Blanket Madness.
Okay.
Every once in a while, where everyone knits on their sock blanket
Yes.
to like just do it. So I pulled this out, and I had been sewing in ends forever. So I sewed in ends, and so I pulled this out to do it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to sign up for this Advent Blanket Madness. So you knit a square a day in December for, like, Advent, obviously.
Is
So,
that what that means?
yeah. But I pulled it out, and I could not find my twos. I don't know where they are. I had 2 sets.
I was saying, don't you have like a ton of them?
No, I have ones, because I knit socks on ones.
Okay.
But I had a set of 2s. They were the Adi Turbo Lace. I found the bag for one, and I have no freaking clue where the other one is. I've looked in all my bags. I don't even know if I have a product that has 2s on it. So, I mean, I looked every freaking where. So, I sewed in ends, and then I went to Joann's, and I'm like, because they had, like, these stupid, okay, if you like knitting with them, that's fine. But for me, not good. Those, bamboo ones, but they were like, the needle part was this long. I'm not even freaking kidding. Like an inch. And I'm like, how can you even knit with that? And then I was gonna get like the Susan Bates like circular needle in 2s that they have, but I really hate their joins, and I knew that was gonna bother me, so I just bought straights.
Okay. Which
I thought I had, but I didn't. And I thought about looking for bamboo, which I think I had it in bamboo and they snapped, which is why I don't use bamboo.
Yeah.
Not they snapped, I snapped them. But anyways. So that really long explanation. I'm knitting on this, and I knit these 2 squares to catch up for Monday, or the 1st and the 2nd. So I knit these 2 squares. And then yesterday, while watching The Walking Dead, I knit these 2 squares. And so I was caught up yesterday. So I have to knit one today. And I'm not really sewing in ends. Like, everyone's like, oh, you should just do it as you go. Which I kind of understand how to do that. But I think I need to watch a tutorial on how to knit in the ends. Because how I do it is not very secure. So I must be doing it wrong. Because if I could knit in the ends, that would make my life way easier than this. So, but like I've prepped here so I can do a big square.
Cool. Are you going to count that as 4 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it would be 4. But I have like all of these like samples that I've gotten from Fat Fiber that I just save. And like when we do mini skein swaps, like look at this. Most of these are from when the House Cup does mini skein swaps.
Yep.
Because that's awesome. I love mini skeins. And so I have a bunch from like Fat Fiber and mini skeins. And then I have like my ends of socks and whatnot. Right? So I have like the ones that are like the ends of the socks I'm going to use for
multiple times, or bigger ones.
The bigger ones. And then I have like some where people just sent me like, they're like, I have ends of sock yarns. Do you want them? And I'm like, heck yes.
Or you go to my house and you make me divvy off 5
that too
of all my sock yarn.
So I think this will be the next big one, because I got this from Aunt Donna. She had a bunch of yarn when we went to New York, and she was like, I have a bunch of yarn for you. And I was like, okay. And that's like scary when people say that to you, because normally it's bad, but it was like a ton of sock yarn. And there was like, all of them had matches except for this skein, so I decided to use it for my sock yarn blanket.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that is what I am doing. I need to reorganize this bag because it's driving me crazy. Like, I have like this 31, and I'm not a huge 31 person because I sew, and I have a Etsy shop, and I can sew this stuff too.
Yes.
But I got this one, a friend of mine sells 31, and it was like on clearance for like $5. So I got it, and I use it for this sock yarn blanket, but where was I going with that? I need to organize it. So like it's kind of organized, but not really. And I have like all of these in their own bags because, like, that's how I store them in my bins. I throw them in, but...
I have the same thing. Look, this is all my yarn
Oh,
ends.
here are my needles.
That's so funny.
I found them, so I'm gonna find the wrapper for them and put them in it. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna put them in this bag.
I will watch you put them in
bag.
there. Put them in there.
Oh
so
my
now
gosh!
We'll know where they are.
But the straight needles are working just as good. So, because I know I put them somewhere, so I would remember where I put them. I just didn't remember where I put them, so I would remember the problems that I have. Okay, so anyways,
I should start one of those. I have a ton of sock yarn too. I just never.
Or if you want to send me some of your extra
I think you have like all of my stuff.
Okay. I know I do. Because, like, this one...
I think it was like 2 Christmases ago. Or whenever you were doing it, I went through and, like, gave you all of mine. Or not all of them, because I kept some for myself. But when I had more than...
Like, this one is yours.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because, like, a lot of these are from, like, this bottom... The bottom ones, small ones, are also from a house cup swap. I love it because it's like you get them from all over.
And you get to see who they are, or you remember. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think. Like this one is when I dyed, and this one is when I dyed. This big one from my socks. This one is. I just like it. I think this was from you too. This one.
Possibly.
Because it was like a stripy one. So yeah, I think this one was from you too. But anyways, yes. So I'm working on this, and maybe I will get it done because if you haven't noticed, it's fairly long. It's going to fit over our king size bed. Like I'm making it for our bed. And I am 2 feet up?
Yeah, you need like how long are you gonna make that thing?
Well, I have a ton of sock yarn.
I guess so.
And I have a ton of sock yarn, like, upstairs that is never going to be socks. So, you know. Anyway. Okay, so that's all that I'm working on.
Sweet. I haven't started anything, but I need to cast on a hat for Trubin because I made one for Gabe. And I've heard it a bunch of times where he said he needs a new hat. And, actually, the other day he went out to play, and I was like, you need to put a hat on. And he's like, I don't have any. And I'm like, you have a ton in your bin. Like, we just pulled up the huge thing of, like, all our hats and mittens and stuff and scarves. And he's like, no, I don't have one. Can I just wear my hood? So I was like, fine. And then I was like, is this your way of saying that I need to make you a hat? He's like, yeah. I told you yesterday. Like,
you should make it right now.
Like, it should be done already. So I'm like, okay. But I really wanted to finish this sweater first.
Which is really funny because when I make my kids stuff, they don't ever wear it. So that's why I don't make it for them.
They all wear the hats pretty much. Though the ones that they love, Leah just pulled out one that she wore yesterday. Was one that I made, like I crocheted out of like bulky yarn, like acrylic. It was softer, but it was like acrylic yarn. It was out of the batch that I did for like the cancer caps that I did when I donated them. But she picked one out, and Gabe has one of those too, and they love them. Which is funny, because like they took like, an hour or 2.
Yeah.
But whatever. They don't like the ones that take forever.
That's really funny though.
Yeah. But no, so I'll probably start on that today or tomorrow.
Are you going to do it out of hand spun too?
Yeah. There's a few that I've spun up for him.
Yeah, and they're green.
He likes his green, yeah. Though I haven't even thought about teacher gifts. Well, I thought about it. I haven't started on anything. You making those campfire mitts reminds me maybe it was 2 years ago, I made campfire mitts for all the teachers. Well, I think I did different ones for the boys.
Those are kind of guyish too, though.
They're a little feminine, I think.
Well, you could do the, what's that hat pattern? Not flax. That's the
barley
can knits. Oh yeah, there you go. They have the mitts that.
I think
match
I might
that.
have done that. I forget. I'd have to look up what I did. But I did, different ones for the guys and for the girls. But no. So now this year I don't know what to do. I like making things for the teachers, and I do it for the secretaries too, but I'm running into the problem where I've made a bunch of different things, and I don't want to do repeats because the secretaries have always gotten the same thing, and they're like the same. Well, actually, there's a new one this year, but I don't want to, make the same item.
Well, do they use the stuff you make them?
Yeah, they have.
Well, because I know, like, the one year you made cowls, right?
Yes, they love those. But I can't remember if that's the year that... So here's my problem. Chloe has... Her 4th grade teacher is the same 4th grade teacher that that Leah had. And I can't remember what I made for them. And Truben has the 2nd grade teacher that Leah and Gabe had, but not Chloe. So,
we've been podcasting for, 4 or 5 years?
I
so you could go back and find out. I know for sure that you made slippers the 1 year, cowls the 1 year, and...
fingerless mitts. I made market bags.
Fingerless mitts. And then market bags, yeah.
And I also made dishcloths, which I was almost going to fall back on this year because everyone uses those. They're not as personalized or whatever, but I don't know. And then, so I only have Chloe and Truben in elementary this year, so that's all I was going to do. But Leah's like, what about my teachers? I'm like, you have like 8 of them. I'm like, you're in middle school now. And I was like, how about you make, she messed up. This is like totally dirty. But she made little coasters out of pictures and Mod Podge. Is my, spindle.
So
she cut it differently. You just go. We have Restore, which is like a Goodwill for like household, like wood and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so she went and got tiles. They did this. It was like a summer 2-week scrapbooking class thing that we signed up through. But anyways, it's just a tile, and then they put felt things on there. But you put the picture down and you Mod Podge it. It's totally dirty because I haven't cleaned it. But I was like, how about you do that for teachers? It's a little crafty, and she can do it. So you
just print out the picture, like a picture from
that was an actual picture. Like, I sent them to Walmart. And
that's what I meant.
You go through. But you could do anything. You can do, like, scrapbook paper and just make them pretty.
That's a good idea. I might have Bella do that.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to have her do that for her teachers. Because then, at least she wants to give them something. Gabe's like, no. I don't want to give my teachers anything, and he's been like that since, like, he hit 6th grade. But Leah's all like, meh. So, yeah. So I think that's what I'll do. And maybe I'll let the others do it for their teachers and them, too. So maybe I'll just do dishcloths and not worry about it. I was thinking hats, but not all people like to wear hats. Like, I don't like to wear hats all that much unless I'm, like, going to be outside for a long period of time.
Right.
Because
it messes your hair up.
It does.
If I had short hair, it wouldn't be a problem.
If I was a guy, it wouldn't be a problem.
Right. If I didn't have, like, crazy curly hair that just stays the way it is once you do stuff.
So I was thinking, like, I could use bulky yarn and make just, like, big, easy, fast hats. But then I was like, do I want to waste my time if no one's going to wear them? No, that's the answer. So dishcloths, I think it will be. And actually, Lauren, our sister-in-law, her sister was big into crochet, so she, hold on. She had a bunch of
cotton.
She gave Lauren a garbage bag full of yarn.
She's not crocheting anymore?
I think she's just out of it. She's like fresh out of college-ish, or she's still, I don't know. She's like around that age, but so I used it. I made a few dishcloths.
Ooh, I like that one.
When I took the kids to the dentist last month. Actually, I have it down here. Oh, I forgot that. I never turned those in. Crap, I could have. I made 2.
And one. You're not getting like a ton of bonus points for the sweater that you did.
I know. I did 2. So this is them. I did. This is on a bigger. So the only problem with Dishy, it's nice. It's sturdier. It's a little more, I think, durable than like say Peaches and Cream, which I like. Yeah. But it's thinner. So like it's a little more holy, which whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. But so there's another one. And
so
then
you'll get 2 made? There you go.
Yeah, I had 2 made. So I think I'll do that for some of the teachers.
And if I had time, I would do that. But I don't have time because...
But I think that and a coaster...
I'm making everything else.
Is good, right?
And I need to, like, knit this sweater for Bella because she has been bugging me about it forever. Like, when I told her I was going to make her a wallaby, like, how many years ago? She was 10. That was 2 years ago. I am the worst mother ever.
You're funny. Do you want me to make a wallaby for her?
Yes, you can.
I like knitting wallabies. I haven't made one in a while. The kids tend to, like, not want them. Actually, Gabe's been wearing his. Though his is finally, I made his, like, a couple sizes too big. Now it's finally, like, almost too small for him. He's, like, growing. It's crazy.
Well, since he's getting tall. But since Bella grew out of their Weasley sweater, like, how many years ago? Because I made it for her when she was, like, 3 or 4, which that's easy to knit for. And then, she wore Madison's for a while, and she finally grew out of Madison's because Madison's was, like, a size 10. So... I need to just knit this for her.
That is much better.
And be a better mom. Those are so nice. I'm kind of jealous.
It was so, like, I could put them on the last time I made it, but it was so tight, it, like stretched out like that. But
I don't like
that. It's a lot nicer. Look, it's done. I love it. And I love that it has pockets. I can put my phone in there.
I wonder what this is from.
I don't know.
What did I knit with this? Oh! It's Fairy Tale Knits yarn.
The hat?
No, the hats were worsted weight. This is like...
Is that the
sock
shawl
weight.
you just did? No.
No, the one I did was worsted weight. And the one I'm working on, am using Space Cadet and Geek Chic.
Oh, that's right. You did another shawl, though, out of her stuff, didn't you?
Did I?
You had to rip it out like 3 times.
No, that one was worsted weight yarn.
Oh.
Because that was with her Queen's worsted base.
Oh. I don't know. Look on your Ravelry. You'll find out.
I will. After. Okay, so we kind of
We're so spastic today.
Let's go to You Spin Me Right Round.
I don't spin you right round. I think I showed you guys all the stuff I spun last time.
You did.
Here, look. Pretty. Hand spun.
It is beautiful.
Okay.
So I spun.
Yay.
So remember I was working on this red yarn
for Bella.
So last night, our church finally had a ladies' crafters night.
That's exciting.
They called it Pinterest night, so everyone came with their craft. I took my spinning wheel, and I spun.
Were you the talk of the town?
I totally was. I told Andy that I won crafters. And he was like, you won? I was like, well, they did have prizes, and I did win a prize. But I won, like, everyone was talking to me about, what are you doing? What are you knitting? I had a bunch of people ask me what I was knitting, and I was like, I'm actually spinning. And then they're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, I'm making yarn. What are you making? I'm like, it's going to be yarn. And then they would be like, is this the yarn? You know, and, like, point to this fluff. And I'm like, no, this is the fluff. I'm taking it, and I'm spinning it onto the bobbin. And making yarn. So, like, I had to explain it a little bit. And then one lady was a knitter, so she kind of understood. And I talked to her a little bit. And they were like, that is so cool. I can't believe you do that. And I was like, oh, you don't even know half of the crazy.
That's funny.
Because, like, it's funny because, like, people you talk to, they're like, that's so awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then you're just kind of like, yeah, it's really great. And you, like, don't, like, really go into it, like how insane you are, like, and then people are like, well, where do you get your wool? I'm like, well, I get it from Etsy mostly. I'm like, but
what's
I
Etsy?
have yeah, no, they know what that is.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, but I have gone on I've gone to Maryland Sheep and Wool and got a fleece, and then they're kind of like, okay, and I'm like, yeah, I get on Etsy.
Yeah, I had those same conversations when I went up to that crafters retreat. Like, it's over and over and over. And then I had my sweater that I made from my fleece. And I was like, actually, I was here a couple years ago, and I was carting it up on my drum carter, and then I spun it, and then
Yeah.
so fun.
And so I didn't even, I'm like, oh, you don't even know the crazy that it is that I do. But I did win Crafters Retreat,
That's
or
awesome.
Crafters Night.
I'm proud of you.
I was excited because they actually did this, and I've been wanting that for years. So I like had to go.
That's cool.
And it was nice. It was a nice collection of people there. So Simba just made a noise. Anyways, no spinning for you.
No.
So sewing. Any sewing going on?
Nope.
I remember you said you had to do something.
I
don't
want
remember
to do.
that.
Actually, I don't know if I talked about it. The stupid thing is frozen up. I did some like hand sewing things. I fixed Chloe's coat had a rip in it. And a pair of snow pants. Can you hear me, or is it completely frozen?
I can hear you. You're
Okay.
not frozen to
Well,
me.
I don't know. Sometimes I talk, and then like I find out that Skype really hates us and like totally shut us down. Anyways, so I fixed snow pants, and then I also fixed this chair. It was ripped open. The things that like keep it up ripped out, so they were open. So I like sewed that. But it was just a bunch of things by hand, and then I fixed one of Leah's sweaters. Had a hole in it. I felt very productive doing all the little like.
That is productive.
What is that like?
Darning? Mending?
Mending. There you go. Mending. That's the word I was looking for. So I did a bunch of that kind of stuff. I haven't like sewn in a long time, but I'm kind of getting the itch to.
Well, let me entice you. I got new fabric.
Ooh.
So I've been sewing. I have like some special orders, so I've been working on those.
Spin.
Cool. So I got some yarn, fabric. This is one.
That's cute. You've had that before, right?
Or
similar?
Not this one. Similar, but not this one, I don't think. Maybe I have. But I got this to go with it. It's like yarn hearts with needles to go on the inside. And then because I use usually like 3 fabrics, I got this plain zigzag to go with it in variations.
Cool.
And I'm not showing you all of the fabric I had because some of it's for clubs, so I don't want to show it because I don't usually put that stuff up in my shop until after I've sent it out.
Right, it's special.
To the club. And usually I wait a couple of months. So then I got this fabric, and this is the cat fabric I was telling you about. It's so awesome. I think I want to make a messenger bag out of it for myself because it's that awesome. But I only got 1 yard, so I probably won't. But it's the best fabric ever. And then I got like plain sushi to go on the inside. It doesn't like, they're not even in the same.
They don't go together. But they go together.
They don't like totally go together, but they kind of do. Like, it'll be cool to have that on the inside. But then I got this fabric, which is just like diamonds, and it has the same colors for this because I got more of this sushi fabric because I thought it would be cool to be a bag by itself or a couple of bags by itself. So yeah, totally fun fabric. So, yeah. But I might actually use the cat fabric to make myself a wallet because my wallet broke and I need to make a wallet. So I've been like pinning wallet patterns.
That's cool.
Not that I ever really sew for myself much anymore.
You should though, once in a while.
I do, usually as I'm making like other stuff. Or like if I make a mistake type of thing. Right. So yeah. I was rolling a ball and I lost the ball. But yeah, that's all that I am for sewing. Okay, so let's talk about gym. I suck. I only worked out once last week.
I failed even rougher than you. I haven't done anything since the last time we podcasted. Though, I will say, getting ready for everyone to come here, I like kicked butt cleaning the house and I probably worked up a sweat a few times.
Well, I think you can count that because I have had a couple of days where I've put on my workout clothes, but I just never got over to the bike to work out. for whatever reason, like today is one of them. Like I put on my workout clothes and then I started doing some stuff, and then I never got around to it before we had to podcast. So, but I did it just once, so I definitely won't be winning one of those prizes. But there's a couple of people who have been like so on it for working out. I'm like so proud of everyone. But I mean, the main part of this was to make it working out a habit. So I know we said we wanted you to do 3 times a week. If you do more, that's great. And if you do less, that's okay too, as long as you're doing something.
Right. We're all about the encouraging.
But yeah, and just try to work up to 3 times a week if you can. And
not giving up. I'm saying this for myself too, because
right.
Part of me is like, I totally suck and I haven't done anything, but I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, this one is ending on the 19th, I think we said, or the 18th. And so we'll hand out prizes after that, but I think after Christmas and New Year's, we'll start another one. Same type of thing, just to try to make this a real habit. Because I know, like, if I have someone saying, hey, you need to work out, I'm going to work out more than if I have people who are like, yeah, work out, but don't check up on me. Yeah. You know. But yeah, so I just worked out once last week. And I was going to work out today, but I didn't get to it. And I'm super busy, and things are getting like crazy busier. So maybe I'll try to take a walk later, because it doesn't have to be bad, like a hard workout. You could like take a walk. You could do just dance with your kids. Just a half an hour of purposeful cardio is good. Right. And it doesn't have to be running, because not everyone can run. Like I totally am on board with the whole walking thing.
Cool.
So I want to we have binging next. Never mind. I'll talk to you about this later. So binging. Are you binging on anything?
I finished the Mercy Thompson series. And I need to get something new on the audio.
I totally brought my computer when we were there, and I was going to give you some.
We were just so busy.
And we totally didn't.
That's okay. I need to find something new, because I was really productive around the house when I was listening to stuff. But then after you guys left, after Thanksgiving, I totally binge watched the year in a life of the Gilmore Girls, and that was totally awesome. Did you finish it?
I just finished Spring.
Weird. But it was like, because they're all older, but it was like great to get back in.
They are older, but I think that, I know it's been like 10 years, but like Lorelai, she definitely, I couldn't tell if she was pregnant or what, because the way they were videoing her is how they usually video people who are pregnant. But then I was like, I don't know, what's her name? Lorelai Graham. I'm not Lorelai Graham. Lauren Graham is her real life name. But just the way they videoed her and the clothes they had her in, and how whenever they would video her, it would either be like straight on in front of her, so you couldn't tell if she was pregnant, or if she was on the side, she always had like a coat, or a coat with a scarf, or a coat with stuff hanging down, so you couldn't really tell.
Huh, I didn't even pay
attention. And it just kind of looked like it. Like, it's kind of like if you watch The Voice and Alicia Keys, like all of her outfits are just the way they're cut, and the way they are made it to look like she's not pregnant, even though she is pregnant. And I mean, you could just kind of tell. But I mean, even if if she's not pregnant, when they videoed it, maybe she was just like wanting to look skinnier or something. I don't know. It was just weird. Like, that's the only thing that's weird is like, yeah, I get that they're older, but like, I don't know. It was just that.
Maybe it's because you just watched the entire series. Like, I watched it a while ago.
Maybe. And that was weirding me out. And then Rory too. Like, I couldn't tell. There was something. I mean, yeah, she's older, but I wanted to. I don't know. There's something like. She has that look like, Tori Spelling does, where Tori Spelling had like major plastic surgery, but she looked like really like like that. So I don't know if she had some surgery or something. I don't know. She just looked different.
Maybe she's
Which
aged.
obviously it's been 10 years, but at the same time she just, I don't know.
No,
It just,
I will just say it was good to get back in it and see them, like, and not just rewatch the series, like, have something new to watch. Like, that's always fun and good. It's cool. It, like, reminded me of, which is totally not on the same level, but of, like, The Cursed Child for Harry Potter. Like, you get to get back in the storyline and see stuff.
Which I totally wish they video.
Did you hear the news? Someone, Fauna, sent me on Instagram that Pottermore was saying that they are going to bring it to Broadway in the spring of 2018.
Really?
Yes. I told Joe, I said, we're going. I don't care how much it costs. We're totally going. Because I was almost going to fly to England to go, which probably wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
But Broadway, like, I'm like, I don't care. We can save up for a year and, like, make a trip of it. We're going.
I'm totally telling that to Andy, too, because Madison will be in college. Hello?
There, you're back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay.
So I said, we're totally going. I'm buying it. I don't care. We'll figure it out. We're going to, like, when tickets become available, I'm going to buy tickets, and we'll figure it out from there.
I hope they keep it on Broadway for a long time, because...
Right?
I want to go, too. There's
going to be millions of people that want to see it.
Yes.
Yeah, because that... That's the one thing I said. I'm like, I hope they videotape it and, like, release it when they're done doing the whole play thing, because us in America need to see it, or all over the world that cannot get there.
Well,
it's just not fair.
I mean, have you seen that they have a Shrek the Musical, and they made that a video, and that's on Netflix, and we watched it, and it's like Shrek story, but it's the musical. And I was telling Andy, I'm like, they need to do that for The Cursed Child, like, big time.
I'd be okay with that too. Then I wouldn't have to go to Broadway. Though I think it'd be really cool to see it live. Too. We'll coordinate and get tickets together, and then we can all meet up in New York, right? That's where Broadway is.
Yeah.
That would be exciting.
It would be. So, anyways,
back to binging. Sorry, I feel like I'm so like. I don't know.
It's okay. I watched Gilmore Girls straight through and started on A Year in the Life. So, I just finished spring, so I have 2 more to watch. I have summer and fall, obviously. But it's good. I really like seeing the end, though I'm really annoyed. I'm saddened, or I'm not sure if I'm sad or annoyed that Lorelai and Luke didn't like actually get married, that they're just living together.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you don't want to hear about this,
so annoyed.
Don't listen. It's good. Like, part of me, I mean, but it's kind of...
And I laughed really hard with Kirk and all the stuff he was doing. I was just like, oh my gosh, and it's funny.
And his movie.
Oh my gosh, his second movie.
Have you seen Paris yet? I forget when she comes in.
Yeah, she's like the fertility lady. So funny. And then I was cracking up when they went to Lane's, and she was like, "Are these yours? Who did your work?" And she's like, "I made them. I had them." No. It was so funny. I was like cracking up. She's like, "I made them.
They came out of me."
Yeah, it was really funny.
There's a few things that I like busted out laughing, and Joe just looked at me like, "What?" And I was like,
and like the only one who didn't change that much was Lane. Like, she has shorter hair, but she looks
exactly the same.
I'm like, she has some really good genes.
Yes.
So yeah, I've been binging on that, but I've also been binging on. We got Amazon Prime free for a month, obviously, because we were ordering stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll try to get the 2-day shipping for free, and so I've been like watching different stuff. Like, I put a bunch of stuff on my watch list, like Vikings, Grimm, The Legend of Korra, stuff like that Netflix doesn't have. And then I put
what's The Legend of Korra?
It's like Avatar: The Last Airbenders the next story after that. If that makes sense. So it's a cartoon. But I've been binge watching True Blood because I read all of the Suki Stackhouse books and I really liked them. Except for the end, I felt like she sold out just for the TV show. Basically, it really annoyed me.
I hear the show's way different though.
It is. And like the first, and it's like very like, I'm not really a prude, but like some of the stuff in there, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
It's better after the first season.
It is. I'm on the third season already.
Okay, I was gonna say like the first season is like it's all in your face, the sex and all
and
that.
I binge watch. I mean really binge watching. Like some of the blood stuff is like grossing me out.
Oh.
Is
I'm
what.
like,
Well, it just grosses me out, like because it's blood and it's gross. But it's really good, and so I'm watching it, and I'm like halfway through, and Terry is Zach from Gilmore Girls. So I'm like watching it back and forth, and I'm like cracking up. Like the guy who went to Afghanistan is the same guy. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
that's funny.
But yeah, so I've been binging on True Blood. I'm on season 3.
Okay. I watched that a year or two ago. Fauna had all the DVDs, so I watched it.
Oh, and she just broke up with Bill.
Mm.
But
I
I
hate
mean,
Bill with a
I
passion.
didn't like him at all. I've read the books, and I really, really like how. At first, when I first did it, I had a few problems because like the character differences and the people differences are different. But I really like what they've been. I'm enjoying like seeing the parts come up. Like though the second season was a little rough. Like there was a lot of stuff in that season that I was just like, with Marianne and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh.
I can't even remember. Like I haven't even.
Maid or Maid, however you say it. Like with Dionysus, and she like controlled Tara and stuff, and it was really gross. So yeah, but like there's that like that stuff. So, but anyways, I've enjoyed like seeing the story come to life so much as it can. So, anyways, but I'm reading Breaking Bones, which is like the 8th or 9th book in the Temperance Brennan series.
Okay.
And that's going really good. And I too find I do more when I'm
listening to something.
This stuff, so I need to get back into that. And I finished the Death Blows book that I was reading.
Cool.
And then last night was The Walking Dead. So
yes.
Spoiler alert. We will hold up a paper that says okay.
I think I still have it. Yes.
Okay. When we're ready to have you come back, if you don't want to be spoiled.
Or if you don't want to hear about it.
Right. So go away, and we'll hold up the sign. Okay, you've been warned.
Yes.
So, oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Yes.
I love to hate Negan. Like, he is the best, worst guy ever. Like, if he wasn't so mean.
Laughing so hard at some of the stuff he was saying. I mean, so hard.
Me too. It was good. He's great. I'm a little worried for Carl, like, in the future. I have not seen the comics or read them, but, like, is he going to be his little, like, minion? His second hand? Like, not even minion, like, his protege, like, hi, come and be my...
I don't know. I've only read up until the governor in the comics, so I don't know.
That's what I feel like he wants him to be. Negan wants Carl to be, is what I'm feeling. Like, he likes him.
Yeah, I think so too. But Carl annoys me, but this episode, I was like, oh, I like him again. Like, he's been, like, kind of, like, annoying.
He's a teenager. He goes in and out, like, he was kind of whiny when they first started. Like, how many seasons is this now? What, 6 or 7? Like, 6, I think. So, like, he's grown up quite a bit, on the show. But I've always kind of liked him. Yeah. Not many kids survive, when you're out in the world of zombies.
Yes, I know this.
But yeah, anyways.
That's fine. No, but he was so good in this episode. Like, but like at the end when he's holding when Negan is holding Judith, I was like, oh my gosh.
I know.
It was like how creepy, and she's like sleeping. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm worried about when Rick comes back and sees
he's gonna freak out.
He's either gonna break or something, or like is Negan gonna take her with him? Like,
I don't know, because there's not really anything.
No, but like that's what goes through my head. Like I'm just like, leave Judith alone.
But because like we talked about last week's episode, and the Amazon tribe, or that's what I'm calling them.
Did we? I don't think we talked about it because we didn't podcast for a week.
Well, you and I talked about it.
Oh,
but...
right. No, I don't think we talked about it. The crazy women tribe.
So 2 weeks ago,
Tara
goes to, and her and what's his name?
I forget.
What is that guy?
Ugh.
Hello?
Hi, you're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember his name?
No, I don't.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was mad at him at first because I thought he totally ditched her.
Yeah. But in that episode, you find out how easy Alexandria got off by just giving all their guns.
Right.
Because Negan killed all of the men, like 10 and up. Right? Is that what they said?
Killed or took?
No, I think they shot them in front of them.
Okay.
And that's why they ran off and hid.
Okay, maybe they did. Maybe that was in my head when I was watching it. Like, they either took them.
I think that they shot them.
But I think they killed them. I think you're right. Because they tried to fight back.
Right.
So, like, big things to come. Crazy. I'm mad we haven't seen anything about the kingdom lately. Like, you only saw that one episode.
Well, I think that they'll probably have more in the mid-season finale coming up.
Yeah.
Though I was watching the Talking Dead, and I didn't see the preview for the next episode.
I did. It's of Rick and I can't. People's names fly by me. The guy that first found them, that brought them to Alexandria.
Oh, I like him, but yes, I know who you're talking about. I don't.
They went out to scavenge, and they found this place where it's like a swampy pond lake type thing.
I saw that.
And they have this boat that has a bunch of bullet holes in it that they need to get over there and get all the supplies.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
So they get in and they go and they're like starting to paddle, and that's like where it ends. But it's gonna be 90 minutes, and it's a mid-season finale. Can you believe it's like over already? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And they're gonna have a little mini marathon of this season.
I know, starting on Friday.
Anyways. But yeah, so are we done talking about that?
I think so.
Okay. You can come back. We're done talking Walking Dead.
Okay, randomness. So, what you missed in the past 2 weeks? Thanksgiving.
Yep.
We went to Wisconsin for Thanksgiving and our dad's wedding.
Yes. It was loads of fun. It finally kicked my butt to make the house clean, which was awesome. And everyone was here, and it was great. Thanksgiving was good. Food.
Yeah. I kind of went turkey now.
I know. I want to make another turkey. Ours is gone. But the wedding was fun. We even went out on Black Friday, and I found a dress at TJ Maxx that I actually liked, which, isn't always an easy thing to do.
Right.
What else?
That's about it for Thanksgiving.
And then we hung out and did stuff as families. But yeah.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
It was.
And then we drove home.
And I was sad.
Yeah, it was like a sad, sad day. And we were going to podcast last week, but then Jessica wasn't feeling good, so we did not. Hey, and there's Simba Jeffrey.
Hey, Simba.
He can't hear you because I have this on.
Oh, shoot. Stop trying to, talk to him. Oh, poor Simba. Anyways.
Yeah. But,
last week just sucked because you all left. We had a full house. I think it was 17 to 20-ish people in the house for the weekend. And then it was 0. And the kids went back to school. And it was just, quiet. And I just sat here being sad. I was like, this sucks. But luckily, you'll be back. You guys will, at least for Christmas. That'll be
nice. Yes. So, as you know, I am on the Sunshine Committee. And I was talking with Jillian, who's Trust Crazy Ideas, or TCI for short, and she's been the collection point on the squares for the U.S. for a while. And I'm really passionate about doing the squares and making it not just for babies, but also for people who need a hug, people who are experiencing loss or whatever, going through illness, and they need an extra physical thing to remind them that Slytherins care.
Right.
So I just was I know she likes the squares, but it wasn't her
passion
thing. So I was if you want, I can be the collection point. One, it would be easier so I know what I have and when I need more. And I don't mind joining blankets and sending them off with a card to people who need it. She still has more connections with people, knowing who needs what and stuff. But it would just make it easier if I had that, and Aunt Tallulah is the collection point for Canada. So anyways,
I was thinking we're talking about my cat. Or I'll post things on Instagram, and she's always I was thinking you're talking about me.
Oh, so that's funny. Anyway, so I was talking to Jillian, and she's I'll talk to the senior leadership of Slytherin and see if they mind moving that to you. And so they don't. So I am now the official collection point for squares for the Sunshine Committee. And we have a need for 2 blankets, though I think someone had already had a blanket made, so just 1 blanket now. So I put about a week before the end of the month, I made a little picture that said, "We have a need for squares. You can help and get a class in."
Oh, cool.
So there's been an uptick of people who've made squares and actually sending them, or people who are making squares. So yeah, I'm excited because I hope, and I re-signed up to do it for next term too. I pretty much think this is where I'll be helping from now on, because it doesn't require me checking in every day, because I can't check in every day with the way life is right now. But I can check in and still help. So yeah. That's cool. So if you're in Slytherin, and you know anyone who is having a baby or needs a hug, they're going through illness, or they just experienced a loss in their life, there's a form that you can fill out to request a blanket, or you can just message me. So yeah,
cool.
That's my little PSA for Slytherin.
That's awesome.
Which I know we have a lot more people than just Slytherin that
I
watch
have a bunch
us,
of squares that I've made for that reason and never sent out. So I should round those up and either
can actually
save them for you for Christmas.
Which I need to remember to bring stuff for you too. So while we were gone, I also wanted to do for my Etsy shop an update, and I was going to take pictures, but then we went for Thanksgiving, and the time's just moving so much faster than I can believe. So I didn't have time to do it. So then when I got back, I took a bunch of pictures and I did an update, and I'm actually going to take more pictures and do another update, just because it's good to make money before Christmas and after Christmas. So yeah.
True. I need to take some pictures of Rolex and get those up there too.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I have something to get out today. I forgot. Anyways, but yeah, I don't even, my thing went dead.
We put up our tree. Can you tell?
Yes. We went tree shopping. Not even.
I
We went
saw the
tree
pictures
cutting
yesterday.
It was fun, and like it's been so warm. Not warm. I mean, it's been cold. Like we've had our coats on for a week or two now, but we decided to go yesterday, and then it started snowing, so it was like beautiful out there, and like all the trees were covered with snow. It was great, and it was fun. And we got a tree. It's in the garage now. We don't have it up yet. I need to rearrange in here. And
figure out where it's going to go, which is what we did.
I know where it's going to go.
I totally rearranged.
But I just need to clean
and
again.
And decluttered. It was so wonderful to do.
That's what I need to do again. I mean, it was just clean when everyone was here, and then, like, you know... Well, we also moved, we had our TV and couches downstairs. Like, that's where, in the basement, that's where, like, Joe and I would hang out at night.
Yeah.
Because, you know, this is our parents' house, and now that Dad got married, he's not living here anymore. We're going to buy the house. So we decided that we should move the TV area up to the main level. So we put our TV, which is bigger than the one that was on this floor, above the fireplace.
Oh, you already did it. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, Joe did it yesterday.
He's been thinking about that for a while.
He's been wanting to do it. It's a little high. Like, our fireplace mantle is kind of high. So, like, it's like an adjustment. But I'm hoping it won't be too bad. We'll see. But anyways, so doing that, like, things have just gotten cluttered again. So I need to, like, re-clean and organize and do stuff and make room for the tree. But yeah. So it was fun going around tree shopping. Or hunting, I guess, because we went through and looked for it. We got a good family picture, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have it on Facebook and Instagram if y'all want to see it.
I thought it was cool how it was snowing because we were watching the football game. Andy was watching the football game. I was just sitting there. And it was like crazy snowing for the Green Bay Packers versus whoever they were against. And it was totally snowing. So I think it's cool how it was like...
And it was like completely not green. Well, I mean greenish here when you guys were here. Like, so yeah, it was like totally snowing. So that was our tree that we found, and the kids in front of it. And then we took then they had a snowball fight. Gabe made me take pictures. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but like as he's throwing the snowball at me.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I got hit in the arm.
Well, that's better than the face.
Yeah. But we got cute pictures in front of like the old barn that it's in.
That is cool.
I like this place though. Like they send you a postcard if you sign up on their mailing list, and you get a free ornament.
Oh, cool.
Every year, if you bring the thing back in, so you can go in there for years. It's fun. But yeah. This is earlier. I think last year we got the tree like a week before.
But it's
Christmas.
not. Oh yeah. But I mean, it's not that early because Christmas is in like two and a half weeks.
Well, yeah, but everyone is here around Thanksgiving, so like things settle down. Oh, also, this I don't even know where this would go, but we went and saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
That's random sure. Awesomeness.
We saw it on. I went with
it.
Fauna and Stephanie and their other sister.
They have another sister?
Yeah, like half sisters and stuff.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I also don't. I mean, I should remember Stephanie from high school, but I don't. Like, I can't picture
Kelly's her name. She's younger. Actually, I think she's not even technically related to Fauna. Anyways, but they consider themselves sisters. Whatever. So they're all into Harry Potter, but we went, and it was so awesome. I want to go back again and take Gabe because he'll really like it. And Trubin says he wants to watch it, and Joe wants to too.
He would like it.
So I think I might just make the girls watch it.
they might like it.
I think they will. It's not too scary.
No, and I
or
think
anything.
I
Like,
think the girls will like it
The
too.
animal, like, part of it.
Well, plus with Tina and her sister being magical and they're girly,
Yeah.
they'll like that. And it's not like school, so
Right.
I think they'll like that.
So I think we're gonna go. I don't know when. Tuesdays are $5 days, so maybe we'll go tomorrow.
That's cool. I wish ours did that. We went to the dinner and a movie place the day it released and went and did that. And it was so much fun. And Bella really liked it, so the girls might like it. I don't know. She's a little more tomboy-y.
They just always give me such a hard time with movies.
Well, don't tell them. Be like, we're going to the movies.
Oh, they'll ask.
No, just say, like, we have to go somewhere, get in the car. And then just take them.
That's true. We could. It would be fun. Anyways, but yeah, so that was awesome.
Such a good movie. If you
and it was just great to be back in the Harry Potter universe.
And, like, I loved all of the mentions. Not mentions, but, like, so we, reading the Harry Potter books, at least you and I, and people who are fans, know the backstory, and we know that Luna marries his grandson, and then we know that he wrote the books, and like that he worked at the ministry and what he did, and like we kind of know this stuff.
His future.
And I mean, I bought the book. Actually, I put on my Amazon wishlist the new one because they're re-releasing it with some of the American animals in there too, or creatures, whatever you want to call them. And I put that on my wish list because I want to get that book too. But so we've like read the book, and it's like a textbook, so it just talks about the animals, you know. So it was kind of cool to go to the movies and see the animals, see him like interacting with them, and then
was adorable. Like he was awesome. I liked him.
Yeah, and then working with like did you notice that it was the other Lestrange sister that he liked? I
forget what her name was, but yeah,
I do too. But like, because you know, like if you go back and you watch the third movie, or is it the fourth one where they're at Godric's Hollow? No, when they're at Sirius's house, and you see the family tree, and there's like Andromeda, which is Tonks' mom.
Be even the fifth?
No, because it's Sirius is in it.
Order of the Phoenix?
Oh, maybe.
He dies. I think it's...
Anyways, so you see, like, the sisters, and you see them, like, two are burned out, so you know that one of them is Tonks' mom, and the other one you never really hear about, but, like...
How they tie that in. It's because JK, she, like, has a backstory for everyone.
I know.
Like...
And it's so awesome. And then, like, so okay, if you haven't seen it, this is going to be a major spoiler, so you need to stop. And we'll hold up this. You need to, like, come back when we hold up the okay sign again. Okay, you've been warned. So, when, Alec Baldwin, or whatever his name is, that guy, what was his name in this movie? It wasn't Alec Baldwin, but whoever that guy was. The creepy guy. When he was, like, interacting with the creepy boy.
Yes.
Which I've only seen this once, so I don't remember their names.
I forgot what his name was in there.
Anyways, when he was watching it, like, I had no idea what the story was about. Like, I didn't read anything coming up to it, so as I'm watching it, I'm like, he's acting like, friends. And so I was just like, I think that that's how Grindelwald would be towards people he's trying to get on his side, and boys especially. And I was just like, I don't know, I was just like, I think he kind of is acting weird. Like, you don't normally, like, stand that close to someone.
It was a little creepy.
And I was like, yeah, it was kind of creepy. And then, so at the end, when it ends up it is Grindelwald, I was like, oh, that makes total sense. Like, the whole time I was like, he's acting really weird. Like, why does he want to control that creature like that? Like,
yeah.
If he's really working for the
ministry.
the Ministry of America, whatever it's called,
I guess.
the American Ministry. Why is he wanting to control that and hide? You know, it was just weird. So yeah, but it was like crazy, really good, and I liked how they like went back. I just liked it all. It was so good. I need to watch it again.
It was super good. We actually, Fauna got the tickets for us, but she was like one of the first ones in line to get them. And so we get there, and the movie says it starts, or our tickets say it starts at 7. So we get there at 6:30, and we look at the screen time, like on the outside of the theater, and it said it started at 6. And we're like, what's going on? Like, this isn't even cool. Like, we missed half an hour, but our tickets say 7. So we went up to the people, and I guess like the first couple buyers, like there was a glitch in the system, and they like had the wrong time on it. So they bumped us up we got to see it in 3D.
That's cool.
So it was kind of fun. I wasn't too sure about it though, because I've only watched 3D things like a couple times, and like they weren't always that great, or like I thought I was gonna get sick watching them. So I was a little worried. But it turned out to be really cool. It was fun watching it like that. But with all the things like jumping out at you and stuff. But no, I think it'll be good to watch it again, not in 3D, in its normal state.
I think that 3D has come a while since I've watched the last one, which was Alice in Wonderland.
And maybe that too.
Because even the things are different now. Oh, you can hold up the OK sign, because we're not really talking about. But the 3D glasses are even different now. Yeah. But when I watched like Alice in Wonderland, it was cool, but it also kind of made me sick.
Yeah, that's why. But like after the first like 5 minutes, I was fine with it. Like it was okay. So I was alright.
But I also like the last time I watched it, I had glasses. I didn't have contacts in, so there was like that whole thing too.
Yeah, I'm sure. It was crazy.
So I think if I put my contacts in, it probably would not be as bad for 3D. But yeah, so that movie was amazing.
I know. I want to see it again.
Me too. So, for teacher gifts, I made soap, and that's what I did this morning.
That's awesome.
But my immersion blender broke.
That's not awesome.
No, because then I think I can count this as my workout. I was stirring it by hand, and my arms are kind of like in arm failure right now. They're like so sore, and my hands, but I need to knit. Like this is as far as I am. I'm only like 2 inches, and I have to go like 12 before I start the eye, and then I have to knit. I just have to knit. So
I just have to knit. You're funny.
But I have like so much other stuff to do. Like I have to sew, and I can't like not make this sweater for Bella because I'm a bad mom.
You're not a bad mom.
I know, but I feel bad, and I'm pretty moody.
Okay, no. But I think we're done, right?
I think so.
Okay, it's a longer one this time.
Yeah, sorry if we spoiled things for you, but we warned you.
We did. Hopefully we'll be back next week.
Yes.
What were you gonna say?
I was excited about Gilmore Girls that what's her name was in it. River Song. What's her?
Yes, she was totally hilarious in there too.
I know, I laughed really hard. Okay, anyways, go on. Because I was thinking spoilers. Okay.
That's funny. Okay, so we'll see you next week, hopefully. No? Yes?
No, I'm shaking my head at myself.
Oh.
Yes, we will see you next week.
All right.
Have a good week.
Bye. Bye.